Have you noticed something different about Las Vegas lately? The city that once glittered as the ultimate escape, the adult playground where anything seemed possible, is undergoing a dramatic and unsettling transformation. For years, the story of Vegas was one of relentless growth, with record-breaking visitor numbers and casino profits that seemed to defy gravity. The neon lights burned brighter than ever, drawing in millions who sought excitement, entertainment, and the chance to strike it rich. But now, the tide is turning. The once unstoppable wave of tourism is finally receding, leaving behind a ripple of questions and concerns about the future of this iconic desert metropolis. It's a shift that many didn't see coming, and it's changing the very soul of the city. You might be thinking, hold on, aren't you the guy who's been championing Las Vegas for over a decade? Don't you want people to pack their bags and head to the Strip? And the answer is absolutely. I love this city, and it's precisely because of that love that I've built a reputation for being brutally honest. My commitment has always been to show you the complete picture, the dazzling highs and the disappointing lows. What we're witnessing is more than just a temporary slump. It's a fundamental crisis hitting the heart of Las Vegas. The very things that made this city a global phenomenon, affordability, a sense of endless possibility, the promise of a good time for everyone, are being eroded piece by piece. The rules of the game have changed, and not in the visitor's favor. But don't start canceling your travel plans just yet. Here's the kicker. Within this chaos, there's an opportunity. I'm not just going to lay out the problems, I'm going to show you exactly how you can turn this situation to your advantage. You just need to know where to look. So stick with me as we uncover the secrets to not just surviving, but thriving in the new Las Vegas. It's time to get smart about how you do Vegas. Let's start with a story that perfectly captures the changing spirit of Las Vegas. In early 2024, this beacon of value, Ocean One Bar and Grill, closed its doors forever. For years, this restaurant represented the very essence of what made Vegas accessible. It was the kind of place where a family could enjoy a meal without feeling the sting in their vacation budget. They were famous for a lunch menu where every single item cost just $4.99. You could also get 3 cocktails for a mere $10, a deal that seems almost mythical in today's Vegas. But the writing was on the wall in the months leading up to its closure. The prices began to creep up, a clear sign of the immense pressure the business was under. You could sense their struggle to keep the dream of affordability alive. The closure of Ocean One wasn't just the loss of a single restaurant, it was a symbolic death. It marked the end of an era. Another glaring sign that the Strip is systematically pricing out the very people who once formed its loyal base. The carefree fun that Vegas promised is now overshadowed by constant financial calculation, turning a dream getaway into a stressful exercise in budget management. If you're already feeling the heat from these changes, make sure you're subscribed. We're just getting started, and you won't want to miss the secrets we're about to uncover. Have you ever booked a hotel room for what seems like a great price, only to feel like you've been punched in the gut at checkout? It all starts with 2 dirty words: resort fees. I remember making a video back in 2018, analyzing how a seemingly cheap $25 room could balloon into a $65 room. Well, fast forward to today, baby. We now have over 30 individual hotels on the Las Vegas Strip that charge between $50 and $55 per night for their resort fee, so that affordable $99 room you booked, it's now closer to $175 a night. Why? Because you pay the room price, plus tax, plus the resort fee, plus tax on top of the fee, and what do you get? Free local phone calls, boarding pass printing, and access to the pool, but only when it's open. You still pay the full fee if it's closed. The psychological impact on travelers is a feeling of betrayal. It's about having your trust broken before you've even dropped your bags in the room. Just when you think you've navigated the resort fee minefield, you get hit by another wave of stealth charges. For years, Vegas restaurants have been quietly adding an extra fee onto your bill. The reason people don't notice is because the way it's displayed is often intentionally deceptive. These charges have become so rampant that seasoned Vegas visitors now scan every receipt like they're a detective investigating a crime scene. They are framed as legitimate business costs, but in reality, they are pure profit boosters. They add absolutely zero value to your dining experience. The good news? Every person I've ever heard of who has asked a manager to remove the fee has been successful. They can't justify a charge that provides no value, so they count on your silence and fatigue to get away with it. If you've been visiting Las Vegas for years, you've probably noticed a seismic shift that has been gradually taking place across casino floors. There used to be plenty of table games like blackjack and craps all over the place, but as the years have progressed, those table games have been removed and replaced by seemingly endless banks of more and more slot machines. This isn't just about efficiency, it's about completely changing the odds in favor of the house. Table games like blackjack and craps typically have a house edge under 2%, but penny slots often give casinos around a 10% advantage. We can even look at over 20 years worth of data to see that Vegas casinos have been gradually making slot machines pay out less and less. So, when you hear people talk about how much more generous Vegas used to be, you can use these slot hold percentages as proof. Aside from the fact that casinos make more money with slots, slot machines also don't call in sick. They don't need lunch breaks, they don't get overtime pay, they don't receive health benefits, and they don't file complaints. The result is fewer opportunities for knowledgeable players to get decent odds and more mindless button pushing that drains bankrolls faster than ever. Many experienced players call what you see right behind me the biggest ripoff in modern casino history, and a lot of casual players have no idea they are getting mathematically screwed. Traditional blackjack pays 3-2 when you get a natural 21, meaning a $100 bet pays $150. But the strip is now filled with tables that only pay 6-5. So that same $100 blackjack only pays $120, stealing $30 from every natural you hit. The worst part is that these terrible games often sit right next to 3-2 tables, but the minimum bets are usually much higher on the fair games, pushing many players into the sucker bets. So why do casinos keep doing this? The reason these rip-off games exist is very simple. Tourists keep playing them anyway. A former casino employee at the Venetian once told me that when they introduced 000 roulette, they expected nobody would play it because the odds were so terrible. But players flocked to those tables anyway because they didn't understand the difference between good and bad roulette games. This proves that casinos can get away with offering terrible odds because most players simply don't understand what they're getting into. What used to be a problem mainly in some areas of downtown has now spread throughout the entire tourist corridor in ways that shock first-time visitors and long-time locals alike. The homeless population in the Vegas area has grown every single year since 2021 and has had a 56% increase in the last 3 years. And I myself have been inside a casino before where I'm standing there playing a slot machine and had someone come up to me and then ask me for money. This situation has deteriorated to the point where it's destroying the fantasy escape that Vegas is supposed to provide for people on a vacation. This isn't just about people asking for money on the street anymore. It's direct interference with casino gaming that makes players feel uncomfortable and unsafe. Some incidents with homeless individuals inside Vegas casinos escalated to the point of making national news, like the man who set off an explosion at the Paris casino, causing $50,000 in damage. But these are the kind of situations that make visitors feel like Vegas isn't the safe escape it used to be. And people approaching you while you're playing a slot machine to ask you for money is not what anyone wants on their vacation. The fantasy is cracking. The tariffs that were put in place in early 2025 has many international tourists staying away from Las Vegas due to uncertainty. This matters a lot because international tourists typically stay longer, gamble more, and spend more on shows and dining than domestic visitors. And when people are worried about their jobs and their home values, Vegas vacations become an easy expense to cut from their budgets. Major strip properties chose to lay off hundreds of employees as visitor numbers continue to drop month after month from what they used to be. These cuts represent more than just cost-saving measures. They're a clear sign that casino executives are proactively cutting costs because they are uncertain about the future of Las Vegas. One off-strip casino manager told me that just a $1 minimum wage increase costs his property an extra $1 million annually in labor costs. When casinos can't fill rooms and gaming floors, they're forced to reduce staff. But this can create a poor experience for the customers that are still visiting. The hotels and casinos that can benefit most from the recent problems in Las Vegas are the North Strip properties like the Sahara and the Strat. the off-strip properties, and the downtown ones. These properties have kept their commitment to affordable gambling and reasonable prices for their customers. While many strip properties have gone crazy with fees and terrible odds, smart gamblers are starting to realize that significantly better deals exist just minutes away. Places like Ellis Island offer $5 craps and $5 3-2 blackjack with table minimums that never increase even when the casino is packed. The Plaza Casino has single zero roulette that is a $15 minimum during the day and a $25 minimum at night. The Palms Casino began offering $5 3-2 blackjack and craps 24 hours a day in early 2025, directly targeting frustrated strip visitors. Many off-strip properties especially benefit since they're already known for cheaper drinks, better gambling odds, and lower table minimums across the board. And despite all of this, Las Vegas still offers amazing value per dollar compared to most other tourist destinations in the country. The hospitality industry's need to fill these hotel rooms creates more and more opportunities and more discounts than we've seen in recent years. So even if the major strip casinos still try to squeeze every dollar they can out of the tourists who come here, there are plenty of other affordable options for you to have fun all around the Vegas Valley. Las Vegas is at a major crossroads. It's grappling with an identity crisis of its own making. It's a city at war with itself. Short-term profits are battling long-term loyalty, but this turmoil is creating its own solution. The key to conquering the new Las Vegas isn't to give up on it, but to get smarter. Your winning strategy is to become an educated consumer. It means knowing the difference between a 3-2 and a 6-5 blackjack table and having the confidence to walk away from a bad game. Stop thinking of the Strip as the only option and start seeing the entire Las Vegas Valley as your playground. By expanding your horizons, you save money, you get better odds, and you experience a more authentic side of the city that many tourists miss. If this guide helps you plan your next trip, show your support. Like this video, share it with a fellow traveler, and subscribe for more secrets to mastering Las Vegas. And let me know your own winning strategies in the comments below. What are your favorite value spots in Vegas? The game has changed, but you can still win. You just have to know the new rules.